CTV Edmonton, local breaking news with Brendan Purdy.
Great reaffirmation of the fact that the process actually works.
Tonight on CTV News, Separatists stalled. Why a group that wants Alberta to leave Canada will have to wait to start its petition. Good evening, and thank you for joining us. The Alberta Prosperity Project will have to wait a little longer before it can start gathering signatures from supporters. A judge has ruled a judicial review of the Separatist referendum question can go ahead. The Alberta Prosperity Project wants to ask Albertans whether they want to leave Canada and become a sovereign nation. Alberta's chief electoral officer thought simply asking that question might violate Canada's constitution, including treaty rights of First Nations. Last month, Gordon McClure referred the question to a judge to make the assessment. But the Separatists intervened, arguing the review should only be necessary if they manage to collect the 177,000 signatures needed to get their question on a ballot. Today, King's Bench Justice Colin Feasby ruled a constitutional review will benefit democracy and must happen first. It's been set for November.
You know, this whole hearing process seems to be asking the question, is asking a question to amend the Constitution in and of itself unconstitutional, which is, to me, a pretty remarkable position.
It's a great reaffirmation of the fact that the process actually works. We have always followed this process, and that is why Elections Alberta has approved our petition, and Separatists are having these hurdles that they have to overcome.
A group led by Alberta's former deputy premier has had its pro-confederation question approved by Elections Alberta. The petition to make it an official referendum question is underway. Lukaszik's group now has a permanent signing location set up at the Kingsway Legion, with more locations coming soon. The group has until the end of October to collect nearly 300,000 signatures. Premier Danielle Smith and her Alberta Next panel spent this evening fielding questions from Edmontonians on a variety of topics, including separation.
Or perspective from what...
Other major discussion points included restructuring equalization payments, abolishing the CPP for an Alberta pension plan, Alberta sovereignty, and pushing out the RCMP in favor of a provincial police service. Despite the panel's 6 approved talking points, the discussion continually veered into other topics, including separation.
Alberta doesn't really want you doing this right now. We don't want this.
Do you believe this process will lead to meaningful provincial autonomy, or are Albertans being given false hope for changes that in practical terms may never materialize?
Thank you.
Stephen Harper was responsible for creating this formula. Pierre Poilievre has said recently he has no interest in changing it, and that makes them both consistent with the Liberals.
This is the third of 10 planned town halls this summer. The next 2 events go in 2 weeks, first in Fort Murray, then the next night in Lloydminster. More than 14,000 people took advantage of advance voting in the upcoming federal by-election in the Battle River Crowfoot riding. That's about the same number as the advance votes cast in that riding during April's federal election. More than 200 names are listed on the ballot for the by-election, where Conservative Party leader Pierre Poilievre is hoping to pick up a seat in Parliament. Election Day is next Monday. An Edmonton police officer is facing an assault charge related to a 2024 traffic stop. Police say in June of last year, officers stopped a vehicle with an expired license plate. Police say the driver became aggressive and officers arrested him. After the arrest, police say a physical struggle led to minor injuries to the driver. The Alberta Crown Prosecution Services investigated and recommended the EPS officer be charged. EPS says the officer involved will be placed in a non-operational role. Edmonton first responders are reminding drivers to move over when they see emergency vehicles trying to get somewhere.
Even if we lose as little as 1 minute, that can mean somebody's losing their entire house in a structure fire. Or even worse yet, somebody loses their life.
Edmonton Fire Rescue Services says in most circumstances, drivers should signal, move to the right, and stay stopped until emergency vehicles pass by. You should not stop in an intersection. Fire crews recognize encountering emergency vehicles can be situational.
When you're on a road with 3 or more lanes, it's okay to pull over to the left if that's your closest side. And if you're in a construction zone and lanes are blocked, be calm, stay patient. There may be little to no option to make room. And we'll continue when traffic flow resumes.
Edmonton police are also reminding drivers to slow down when they see emergency vehicles after a number of close calls. 42 police vehicles have been struck this year. In December, a police vehicle and tow truck were hit on the Henday.
It was always in the back of my mind that it's possible we could be hit, but now, especially after that collision, I'm very adamant about thinking of it, make sure I have my car parked in the right spot so that the car takes the collision before we do if we get hit.
Alberta's Traffic Safety Act requires drivers to slow down to 60 kilometers an hour or the posted speed limit if it's lower in a lane next to a stopped ambulance, fire truck, police cruiser, or tow truck. Police are looking for a horse and the woman charged with stealing it. Rimbey RCMP want to return Hank the horse to its rightful owner. A warrant is out for the arrest of a 28-year-old woman. Police believe she stole the horse and is refusing to return it. She's been charged with theft of cattle over $5,000. Police say she won't say where Hank is. RCMP warn if you have Hank, you're committing an offense of possessing stolen property. Westlock County, about an hour north of Edmonton, has declared a state of agricultural disaster. As CTV's Nav Sanga reports, county officials and farmers are asking for help from the provincial and federal governments.
Many pastures in Westlock County look like this, mostly dry grass and vegetation, with only small patches of green.
Like usually we have 3, 4, 5 inches of rain in June and July, and in this area, we had 3/10.
Drought conditions and a severe grasshopper infestation has forced Westlock County to declare a state of agricultural disaster, and it isn't the only one.
Many counties around us have. We have Smoky Lake, Lesser Slave, Athabasca County now, so it's a widespread problem all around Alberta.
The lack of grass growth on pastures is forcing some farmers to sell off their cattle.
I don't know what we're going to do.
Really?
Record high prices on cattle. But if you can't keep them, it ain't going to be that good.
The drought is also hindering annual crop growth. Westlock County estimates yield production is down 30 to 50% compared to last year. And with a third of the county's population being farmers, it hurts the local economy.
When yields are down, that affects their business, which affects farmers' business. Really, the whole farming community is very integrated and relies on each other.
The county says the declaration does not automatically result in additional provincial or federal funding, but it is hoping it does raise awareness.
And we just wanted to advocate on the behalf of our producers to say, we hear you guys, we know things are bad, and we want to advocate to our provincial and federal governments for some sort of assistance if possible.
The province says financial assistance and protections such as crop insurance are available. Nav Sanga, CTV News, Westlock County.
Despite a bear warning for all of Kananaskis country, popular trails were packed with people today. As CTV's Terry Fikowski reports, hikers are being told to take extra precautions.
Well, bear warnings for anyone who ventures into the mountains is nothing new, but a blanket warning in all of K Country and the Bow Valley certainly is. The last time Alberta Parks issued an advisory like that for the area was 2016, and now they're urging visitors and anyone in the area who ventures out to be sure that they pack bear spray and be extra bear aware. It's a stunning scenery that attracts thousands outdoors, many hopeful to spot wildlife from afar.
You saw a grizzly on the road, crazy, like pretty scary. We were in the car, so we felt safe. If you saw that on a trail, it would be a different story.
But there have been so many recent bear sightings and close encounters with both grizzly and black bears that it has warranted a blanket warning for all of K Country and the Bow Valley.
We often will issue warnings for smaller areas, and we had been over the last few weeks, but we're just realizing that, man, these bears are everywhere and they're moving around a lot, so we've gone with the whole Kananaskis wide advisory.
It's thanks to buffalo berry season, with an abundance along trails and campgrounds in the valley bottom. Regular rain this summer has created a perfect patch, and where there are berries, there are bears. Lots of them.
The number of grizzly bears that we're seeing is somewhat astonishing. We have a suite of bears that we regularly see and interact with, but we're all of a sudden we're seeing new bears. We have no idea where they've come from.
People are urged to be prepared for a bear anywhere, even the busy trails. Like, do you guys carry bear spray and things like that?
It's expensive, so we didn't buy one, but we just assumed there's not going to be any bears. So
it's something Kim Titchener, the founder of Bear Safety and More, hears too often.
People don't read signs. They may not catch the news. It might not be in their language, so they don't know what's going on. We're near the front nozzle. You're going to pull that.
She says it's crucial people carry bear spray and know how to use it.
And aim down and point. It's a big wake-up call. Always take it as a bear. It's always bear safety season.
The warning is worrisome for some, but parking lots at popular trails remain packed.
Hopefully talking a lot, which we have lots of kids.
Make a lot of noise, and we're in their territory.
We have such a short summer, and this year it's even worse, so might as well go enjoy, right?
With a reminder to wander wisely in bear country. Terry Fikowski, CTV News in Kananaskis.
Once nearly extinct in Alberta, the Peregrine falcon population is making a comeback. A team is helping young falcons born on Edmonton rooftops have a better chance of surviving. CTV's Amanda Anderson explains.
For decades, this was a rare sight on the Pembina River or anywhere in Alberta.
The last pairs of peregrines in central Alberta was found here in 1964 by a professor from Colorado College.
Through breeding and recovery programs, the peregrine falcon was brought back from the brink of extinction.
And it is now considered not at risk nationally. It's still on the books as a threatened species in Alberta. We were very, very close to getting it off the list of threatened species until 2022, when we had an outbreak of highly pathogenic avian influenza, which is the bird flu, and we lost about 30% of our adults.
In 2011, the team set up what's known as a hack site high above the Pembina River.
Reasons we have signs here saying no trespassing, because it's very important that we don't disturb them before they take that first flight, because the worst thing can happen is they get frightened off the box and fly to the horizon, and we may never see them again.
Each year, they collect all but one young bird from nests in Edmonton and nearby industrial sites to bring here, away from buildings and traffic where it's safer. 12 were recently released from this site.
We dropped that mortality in the urban and industrial sites, and then we know that the males especially will return to areas where they learn to fly, and that tends to get them coming back here, and then if it's occupied, this cliff is occupied, they'll go down the river, occupy a new one.
Steve Schwartz leaves frozen quail for the falcons and monitors them every day from a nearby homeowner's lookout. It's work those involved say is rewarding.
Peregrines nested here last in 1964, and we had a pair show up 50 years later because of our efforts here. We had a wild pair of peregrines that were nesting in the valley. And we see a lot of our young come back as 1, 2, 3-year-old birds. That's really rewarding.
Just so gratifying to see them back where they were.
Court expects it will take another 4 years or so for the peregrine falcon population to recover enough to come off the threatened species list. Amanda Anderson, CTV News, Entwistle.
There were a lot of blizzards in Alberta today, especially for mid-August. Today marked Miracle Treat Day at Dairy Queen. The net proceeds from every blizzard sold benefit children's hospitals, including the Stollery. Since 1984, Miracle Treat Day has raised more than $55 million for children's hospitals. Just ahead, remaining grounded. Air Canada begins suspending flights as flight attendant strikes loom. Plus, Dino despair. A dozen drumheller dinosaurs require repairs.
Just plugging away at a project that began many years ago.
Good evening, folks. 18 degrees in Edmonton, which is still a handful of degrees below average, but a little bit warmer than what we're in for tomorrow. And the showers return for tomorrow as well. Talk about all that and take a look ahead to the weekend in just a few minutes.
Welcome back. Air Canada is outlining what will happen over the next few days with flight attendants poised to strike on Saturday. The national airline began the gradual suspension of flights today, which will eventually end in a complete shutdown. CTV's Sean Leathong has more.
Storming in on their employer, about 24 Air Canada flight attendants picket inside a news conference that was organized by the airline.
We want to be seen, we want to be heard, we want to be valued for the work that we do.
Members stand holding signs accusing Air Canada of forcing unpaid work. This as the airline begins canceling flights, winding down operations towards a total shutdown.
It's simply not the kind of system that we can start or stop at the push of a button.
At the start of the day, Air Canada leadership outlined what the shutdown would look like. It includes several dozen cancellations Thursday, around 500 cancellations on Friday, with all flights grounded by Saturday if a deal is not reached in time. The airline saying all canceled flights will be offered a refund as they try to rebook for those who are stranded, but seats are limited.
And it looks like we're going to have to pay out of pocket probably about $900 for a new flight.
We are extremely disappointed by CUPE's decision, which threatens to disrupt the travel plans of more than 130,000 customers a day.
The airline saying their latest offer, a 38% raise, including benefits, that would make Air Canada the best compensated flight attendants in the country.
One of the lowest rates.
Bargaining team member Natasha Steya says the airline isn't being truthful.
We are not the highest paid, and with the increase that they're proposing, we still would not be the highest paid.
As both sides argue over compensation and what the union is calling unpaid work, at this point, there's little either side can agree on.
We have been at the table, sitting and waiting. We've been talking with the conciliators. We've been there. But the employer, they left.
We never left the table. We are engaged throughout the entire process.
Sean Leathong, CTV News.
The strike would have a major impact on thousands of travelers, whether flights are already booked or you are planning to buy tickets soon. CTV's Adrian Gobriel has more on your options.
Labor stoppage or not, you should still be able to get off the ground, according to industry watchers.
If you already have an Air Canada ticket booked and paid for, then Air Canada has to buy you a ticket.
In the case of an active strike, which is classified as outside an airline's control, large companies such as Air Canada are required by legislation to rebook customers on a new reservation for the next available flight that is operated by any carrier. On their website, Air Canada says customers whose flights are cancelled will be notified and they will be eligible for a full refund. Air passenger rights advocates are advising customers against accepting a reimbursement.
One important thing to remember is do not accept a refund. Refund can be a way for airlines to wash their hands from their obligations to rebook you.
If you don't have a ticket and are looking to book travel in or out of Canada over the next several days, you might be in for a shock. The cheapest round-trip ticket departing Toronto tomorrow and returning from Vancouver next Friday costs more than $1,300. The same week-long round-trip ticket leaving September 5th, returning September 12th, is going for as little as $273. It all comes down to supply and demand that influences strategic pricing by the airlines.
Last-minute ticket prices, which always tend to be higher, and a substantial sudden increase in demand that is pushing prices up due to what might be a strike at Air Canada.
Again, if your flight is canceled by Air Canada, they're obligated to purchase you another ticket to your destination. If they refuse, consumer advocates say you could purchase one yourself and flip Air Canada the bill. Adrian Gobriel, CTV News, Toronto.
12 Dinosaur statues in Drumheller need repairs, and a local volunteer group says it might be hard to do it by the end of the year. The Dino Arts Association is made up of roughly a dozen volunteers who assess and repair damage to the 32 dinosaur statues across the city. It says an average repair can take 3 or 4 days. Some of the statues are more than 60 years old. After the break, there's no knowing where you might be swept off to. A quartet of hobbits are slated for an unexpected journey to Edmonton.
Fans get the opportunity to hear behind the scenes insights about what happened when they were working together making the movies.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
Welcome back. 9 degrees this morning. We'll be in the same territory tomorrow morning, and 18 for a daytime high. I think we might be in the 16, 17 range, so even cooler tomorrow. Cloudy skies through the day. We've got some rain starting early tomorrow morning. By 8 a.m., some scattered showers start to push into the Edmonton area, and then mid to late morning and through the early afternoon, we've got some showers in the Edmonton region. It doesn't look like it's going to amount to all that much, but some precipitation nonetheless. Some steadier rain off into east central Alberta through the afternoon, although I think by mid to late afternoon, it's just cloudy here in Edmonton. Breezy and cool, but most of the showers should move out by then. Late Friday evening, could see a few scattered showers, maybe a few hit and miss showers as well Saturday morning, although most of the precipitation Saturday morning really looks like it's going to be north of the Edmonton region. And then Saturday evening, there's a slight risk of an isolated shower or thunderstorm bubbling up off to the west of the city and possibly pushing through the Edmonton area. So you get a couple chances through the weekend to see some showers, although it's neither day is going to be heavy, steady rain. 3 degrees in Fort McMurray tomorrow morning, as well as high level. A chilly start there. 9 in Grand Prairie. We should be in the 8 or 9 degree range in Edmonton and Red Deer. You get back to about 17 or 18 across the northeast tomorrow. Around 20 in the northwest. Vegreville, about 13 or 14, though, with some rain. Rain and about 14 or 15 in Lloydminster for a high, and highs of 18 in Red Deer and Jasper. Here in Edmonton, some showers or periods of light rain tomorrow morning. Gusts to about 30 or 40 kilometers per hour, especially through the afternoon. And then in the evening, you might see a scattered shower. Back into the low to mid-20s through the weekend with some scattered pockets of precipitation. A little cloudier Saturday than Sunday. I think Sunday's probably the warmer and sunnier of the 2 days through this weekend. And we'll stay in the mid-20s for daytime highs into early next week as well. That is your forecast.
Some high-profile hobbits will be making the long journey from Middle-earth to Edmonton next month. All 4 hobbits from the Lord of the Rings movies will be making an appearance at the Edmonton Expo. Elijah Wood, Sean Astin, Dominic Monaghan, and Billy Boyd will be available for autographs and photos with fans. They'll also host a panel called The 4 Hobbits, an unexpected reunion. Organizers say you can expect the unexpected.
Fans get the opportunity to hear behind the scenes insights about what happened when they were working together making the movies, and then they just get up to some good old-fashioned fun. I mean, you can imagine the camaraderie between these 4 actors, considering the titles that they've worked on together within this theme. So it's truly magical.
Other celebrities coming to the expo include Christopher Lloyd from Back to the Future fame, Christopher Mintz-Plasse, known as McLovin from Superbad, and Dante Basco, who played Rufio in Hook. The Edmonton Expo takes place September 19th to 21st. Tickets are now on sale. Now, if fantasy isn't your thing, how about foraging? As the Wild Mushroom Expo is happening this weekend in Devon. The Alberta Mycological Society is celebrating all things mushroom. The group is dedicated to the appreciation of fungi in Alberta. They hold foraging events and give information about the kinds of mushrooms you can find here and what they do. The Society's Martin Osis was on CTV Morning Live today with a wide array of mushrooms that he found in the Edmonton area just earlier this morning.
We've got portobellas, and the portobellas are, you know, if you've had a portobello from the grocery store, the fresh ones are just dynamite. Difference between a tomato that you buy at the superstore or one that you grow in the garden. And the other common one is the fairy ring mushroom. And this is one that grows on everybody's lawn, or most people on most people's lawns. And a lot of people don't know that this is an excellent choice edible mushroom.
Why is Edmonton a great area for foraging mushrooms?
Well, Edmonton's a great area because we're a little wetter than other parts of the province. So Calgary kind of sucks for mushrooms because it's so dry there. And here we've got the Great River Valley and lots of different habitats. So.
Oh, what a fun guy. This weekend's expo will begin with mushroom forays Saturday, followed by an event Sunday with experts, tastings, and other vendors. Alrighty, folks, thank you so much for wrapping up your Thursday with us here on CTV Edmonton. We'll be back with you tomorrow night at 11:30 to close out the week. Take care, and goodbye for now.